Hey guys, what is going on? Chris here, back doing looking ahead to today's games for Saturday the 29th. So hopefully you guys all had a good day yesterday. As you guys saw, we didn't do a video. But anyway, I hope you guys did fine. Um, we we did okay. Free roll was a 320, but just had a hard time yesterday figuring some stuff out. With our lineups, certain people just didn't do what they were supposed to. So unfortunately, not the best day, but it is DFS. You have good days and bad days. So anyway, I'm not thinking about that. Going to turn it around here today for Saturday. So definitely excited for today's slate. A lot of good games to look at. We got 8 of them for the main slate. Not doing the 9:30 early game. So with that being said, if you guys are interested in premium lineups, definitely let Anthony and I know. We will have our email in the comment section. Just message us, and we'll definitely get you all set up there. It's $30 for the month and $150 for the entire season. So, and you get 4 lineups per day, 2 from me and 2 from Anthony. So if you're interested in that and you guys are struggling in NBA, definitely hit us up, and we will get you all set up. So with that being said, it is the weekend. Hopefully we can start off good here with some money on Fanduel for NBA. So anyway, let's get into our first game here of the day. We got Boston and Charlotte. We got a 204 total and Boston by 2. I think this will be a little bit higher than a 204 just because Boston's a really good offense. And Charlotte, they're not bad either. They didn't do too well against Miami, but they're going to be at home. So I think Charlotte is going to play pretty close to Boston, even though I think Boston will take it in the end. So, Artie, let's get into it. We got Isaiah Thomas. I really do like him. Kemba Walker is a pretty good defender, though. Maybe you can go Kemba Walker against Thomas. As we know, Thomas not the best defender. It's totally up to you guys. Walker does really good at home. But Isaiah Thomas has been hot as well. So either one of those guys are in play for me. I think I might give the edge to Thomas just because he has been so hot, but either one definitely work for me in both formats. I don't mind Nicholas Batum here. I know he's not getting as many shots as he did last year, only averaging 28 per. But so far, Boston's not that good against the shooting guard position, even though Nicholas Batum is like, I think, 6'8", 6'9". He's a small forward at heart, but playing shooting guard. Bradley's not a big guy, so maybe Batum can get it over Bradley, in the three-point area. If you want to go that way, not my favorite play, but, who knows, he might come through. Definitely don't mind Avery Bradley, though. Ever since Evan Turner went out, Bradley's getting a little bit more usage, and that is helping him out dramatically. 34 and 30, he's getting a lot of shots, playing huge minutes. So definitely do like that. Definitely don't mind Avery Bradley at all for 5,800. Probably would take Bradley over Batum if you had the pick. All right, you got Jay Crowder and Michael Kidd-Gilchrist. Kidd-Gilchrist didn't do too good against Miami, but I was expecting that. I know he had a good first game against Milwaukee. As I said, against Miami, didn't do anything. 3 points, 5 rebounds. But he was going up against Winslow, which is a really good defender. Boston as well at the small forward position aren't the best against defending the small forwards. Crowder's an all right defender. As you see, they are ranked the 6th overall. So maybe I don't mind Kidd-Gilchrist here. As I said, he had a bad one against Miami. And I think his ownership will go down a little bit because, some people may not think it was a one-time thing, but I think he'll still get about 30 to 33 here in a very good spot here at home against Boston. I do like Kidd-Gilchrist. All right, moving on to small forward. We picked Anthony and I picked Marvin Williams yesterday just because Kaminsky was announced out. He started off very, very hot. I think he had like 10 points in the first quarter. Fantasy-wise, but then he just kind of tailed off. Didn't do too much. Wasn't expecting a lot because he was up against Whiteside down there for the most part. So 26.7, it's all right, but not too high on him here. Just had to pick him because power forward was not good yesterday. I don't care for Amir Johnson or any of those guys. Definitely do not mind Al Horford. Hassan Whiteside just destroyed Cody Zeller yesterday. Zeller's not the strongest defender. He's tall, but he's skinny. So, and Horford, as we know, he's a bigger guy, has a lot of muscle on him. So I think in the paint, I think Horford will definitely destroy Cody Zeller. I know Horford hasn't been off to the start that a lot of people were expecting, and same as Kid Gilchrist, I think his ownership will be down just a little bit, even though he'll still be a little popular. Don't mind Horford here to get you probably about 35 points. I think he'll rebound here tonight against Charlotte. So, and then not really high on Cody Zeller, never have been. So, already moving on, we have Orlando and Cleveland. We have a 204 total in Cleveland by 12. So, Cleveland struggled a little bit against Toronto, even though they did pull it out. They're doing a back-to-back, so maybe their starters. What I'm expecting is maybe their starters aren't going to play as much because they should be able to blow out Orlando. So maybe Love and LeBron don't play as many minutes as they did against Toronto. So got to worry about that with the back-to-back. Plus Orlando, they just got annihilated against Detroit, 108-82. So if Detroit can do that, I think Cleveland can do that at home. So I don't mind Irving here because usually even if they don't play all their minutes because of rest, Irving still plays a lot of minutes. So I like Irving here against Peyton. Irving's going to have to lead the way. LeBron looked a little sluggish yesterday. I picked him, and he just didn't live up to his $9,900 salary. He only had 36. I know he had 21 points, but wasn't looking good until that fourth quarter when he got most of his points. So I really like Irving. I think he's going to take control here. Maybe let LeBron sit a couple extra minutes, and Irving maybe will step up. So don't mind Irving at all. I'm not too high on Evan Fournier or J.R. Smith, even though I do like Fournier, but not in this situation here. As I said, don't really care for James. Aaron Gordon's probably a no-go just because James is a pretty good defender. And then Kevin Love is in play for me. The only thing is maybe his minutes are down just a little bit. But, he's been pretty productive so far in these first two games. Taking on Serge Ibaka, his defense is not as good as it used to be, even though it's still not bad. But, they're using Love a lot more so far, 23 and 18 points in his first two. So they're definitely getting Kevin Love involved in there. And as I said with Irving, if LeBron's a little sluggish, probably going to be giving it to Love. So 7,100, take advantage of that because he will not be there long. He'll probably jump up to 78, 79 here pretty quickly. All right, you got Vukovic against Tristan Thompson. Not too high on it. He's almost 8,000, so probably going to pass there. Don't want to target this game too much. As I said, it'll probably be a blowout. So if you want to, Irving, if you want to, Love, just because they've been very hot. And the other thing is Cheney Fry is out, so that's going to give Love a little bit extra minutes out there. So probably, like I said, going to be fading Orlando almost completely, and then maybe Irving and Love in there just because, they are still pretty cheap, so won't hurt you too much. So, alrighty, moving on, we got Memphis and New York. 197 total in New York by 1, which kind of surprised about, even though they got destroyed. So New York, they haven't played in a while. They haven't played since Tuesday. So, surprised about that. Memphis only played one game as well. So both these teams should be pretty well rested. I don't mind Mike Conley here against Derrick Rose, as I keep saying every single time Rose plays. Target Rose just because he's a terrible defender. Conley is a little expensive for me. I know he got 31.2 against Minnesota. He got you 24 points. Didn't do much else, not many assists or anything. But look for Mike Conley, get you about 35, maybe 37 tonight. Don't mind that. If you want to pay $6,800 for him, I think he'll be a big part of this offense in a close game. All right, don't care for shooting guards at all. All right, Carmelo is still going to be there. Maybe James Ennis, maybe just because Parsons is still out. He's so cheap. But it's up to you guys. I don't think you really need to go that way. Then you got Porzingis. He'll be going up against Michael Green for the most part. I don't mind it, but not my favorite play out there. Then Randolph is going to be off the bench. And then center position, you got Marc Gasol, Noah. Don't really care for these guys. So this is mostly a fade game unless you want to go Mike Conley. 197 totals, I think one of the lowest of the night. So it's going to be a slow pace East Coast game. So not much offense in this one going on. So I think that is it from that one. All right, going on, we got a good game here with Indy and Chicago. I like this one quite a bit. 209 total and Chicago by 3. So surprisingly, Indy lost to Brooklyn last night. A little surprised by that, but anyway, I think yes, Chicago, they are rested up, and Indy is going on a back-to-back, so got to worry about those back-to-backs. Rondo did pretty good at opening night, 4, 6, and 9, spread the ball around. Not going to be scoring much with the Chicago team. For me, he's too much money tonight. Not really high on him. Jeff Teague didn't really do much for me last night. He got in foul trouble, so not too high on him. I don't mind Dwayne Wade, depending on where he's playing. He's at home again, so if he's going up against Monte Ellis, I really don't mind that because I think George and Butler are going to be on each other. So Wade probably going to be in a lot of my lineups. He likes playing in Chicago. It's his hometown, so look for him to continue his hot streak. And then you got Paul George, you got Jimmy Butler. Who's going to go off? I'd rather go Jimmy Butler for 8,200. That is a steal. George, not a bad defender, but Butler is a huge part of this offense for Chicago. And George, I've had it happen to me before. He definitely can let you down. So Butler, he's never ever really let me down. So I really like Butler. As you see, 40.9 for Butler, 40.2 for George. So for $1,000 cheaper, just gonna go with Jimmy Butler right there. Then you got Thaddeus Young, you got Taj Gibson. Young had a really good revenge game. Not too excited here since Chicago got a little bit better against their defense down low. Even though Indy has some pretty big guys with Young and Miles Turner. Turner, man, he is looking very good in his first 2 games. As you see, he's got 60.7 and 31.2. Didn't do as much as he did against against Dallas as he did with Brooklyn. But 6,900. It's up to you guys if you want to do that. There's other cheap centers tonight that I like, so I'm probably going to pass on Turner, but still don't think he'll do bad. So I love Wade. I like Jimmy Butler from this game quite a bit. Not too high on Paul George, so kind of what I'm looking at in this one. All right, moving on, we have New Orleans and San Antonio. We got a 206.5 total and San Antonio by 13. So Anthony Davis, that's all you're going to know from this one. This guy is, man alive. His usage is like 97%. How long can he keep this going is the big question. He shot 31 times. That is just insane. I know it's San Antonio, but I was looking and Boogie, DeMarcus Cousins played him last play at San Antonio, and I think he had 33 points and 16 rebounds or something. So, man, got to have Davis in here, man. He's going to be really chalky, but until he proves me different, I mean, he's 95 points in 2 games. That's unreal. So he has to be in your lineup. I mean, I know he's facing San Antonio, but he's got to be in there. That's all I can say. All right, you got don't care for any of these guys. Pau Gasol's not getting played at all. A little disappointed there. Don't mind LaMarcus Aldridge since Gasol taking a back seat. They're going to need Aldridge quite a bit. Love Kawhi Leonard here. If Lance Stevenson wasn't facing Kawhi Leonard, I would say go and pick Lance Stevenson. He had a really good game last night against Gold State. Got hit 31.6, so he came alive. But against Kawhi Leonard, don't really care for it here. But love Kawhi Leonard tonight. Not too high on any of these shooting guards here. And then you got Tim Frazier again. I don't mind him against Tony Parker just because, same with Davis, looks like Tim Frazier and Anthony Davis are the 2 main parts of this offense. So, 5,300, if he's $5,300 and he's getting you 40 points a game, I say why not do it. The only bad thing, though, is Denver and Gold State are high-paced offenses. And as we know, San Antonio is not a high-paced offense. So don't expect their points to be as high, probably about 31, 32 from Frazier, and probably about 45, 50 for Anthony Davis, just because the pace of game is not going to be as fast, which means not going to be as high scores. So anyway, I really do like both of those guys. It's going to be a good game to target as well. So Leonard, Tim Frazier, and Anthony Davis are my main guys from this one. All right, we're moving on. We got Brooklyn and Milwaukee. A 205 total in Milwaukee by 6.5. So Milwaukee looked downright bad at first night. Their rotation just was all over the place. One guy that comes to mind, it's hard for me to say, but Jeremy Lin. His usage is really high in Brooklyn. 45 last night here against Indy. 21 points, 9 rebounds, 9 assists. So I do like him here once again against Milwaukee. Like I said, his usage is high. He's finally getting to play a lot of minutes, so look for them to continue that. Brook Lopez just not, so far, not this year, living up to what he can do. So, no Thaddeus Young either, so they're going to have to rely on Jeremy Lin a lot more. Not too high on Dellavedova. One guy going to be in almost every single one of my lineups is Giannis Antetokounmpo. I think he will straight up annihilate this Brooklyn team. Joe Harris, Sean Kilpatrick, none of those guys are going to guard Giannis. There's just no way. I think he will just straight up destroy them. So he's going to be in 100% of my lineups for sure. I moved on small forward. Don't really care for any of these guys at all. Rondae Hollis-Jefferson, no way. Teletovic, not going to go there until he proves me different. And then Bogdanovic, he got in foul trouble quite a bit yesterday, so not too high on him. I love Trevor Booker, though. Not many people really know about him. He was with the Utah Jazz for a while as the backup, but he's the starting power forward for the Nets now, and hey, he's coming around. He got 28, 27 in two games. Really, he's kind of a grinder power forward, gets in the paint, gets some rebounds. So I don't mind him. If you guys need a cheap power forward, 28, 27, I'll definitely take that. Not too high on Jabari Parker here. And then maybe Greg Monroe as a GPP, just because Lopez is not too good down there. Justin Hamilton, though, man, he's playing a lot. He's a big boy. I think he's 7 feet tall. So but he's skinny. And as I said earlier, with Al Horford going up against Zeller's big too. But Monroe is a bigger guy against a skinnier Hamilton. He should post him up down there. So really don't mind him. He probably will be coming off the bench. That's what they've been doing, letting Plumlee play like 10, 15 minutes and then bring in Greg Monroe. 5,900 if you want to put him in there. I think he'll be a big part of this Milwaukee team since, no Middleton. And, they're down a little bit, so they're trying to find some different ways to score. So that's kind of where I'm going there. And also they don't have Michael Carter-Williams. So, Milwaukee's hurting just a little bit. So Monroe's going to be a little bit more part of this offense than he was last year. So that's kind of where I'm going there. As I said, really like Lin. Love Giannis. But yeah, another guy I forgot to mention. If you desperately need a very cheap guy, is Sean Kilpatrick. He likes to shoot that 3-point shot. I was looking, and the Nets are just shooting the 3-ball like crazy. He went 7 for 11, as you see on the field goal. 4 for his 3-point shot. So that's where he lives. In Milwaukee, not the best team against the shooting guard position. He got you 25.5 against Indy. He got you 18 points. So if you guys need someone cheap, there he is right there. He's only $3,900. So, and he's a big part of this offense. Joe Harris starts, but he's not the most productive player out there. Sean Kilpatrick comes off the bench and really gives Brooklyn Nets a lift. So that's my GPP right there, play. All right, moving on. We got the two good games here. As Anthony and I say, we love our West Coast games because they're the most offense. So, all right, moving on. We got Portland and Denver. We got a 211 total, and Denver only by 2, which I'm kind of surprised Denver's the favorite, but they're at home, so It's kind of why they're the favorite. But anyway, Lillard. This is going to be a Lillard show. He's just going to downright destroy Emmanuel Mudiay. He's going to have no chance. I think Lillard, fantasy-wise, is going to go at least 50-plus in this one. As usual, big part of the Portland offense. So he's going to be in almost 100% of my lineups as well with Giannis. All right, shooting guard position. If Gary Harris is out, I don't mind playing Will Barton. I know it's hard to say that, but with no Gary Harris, Will Barton gets to play a little bit more minutes than normal, and we saw that on opening night when he got 29 points. He played 35 minutes against New Orleans. So Barton, as I said, only if Harris is out again, then I don't mind Will Barton as a GPP. All right, moving on, we have McCollum, don't really mind him, but not my favorite. You got Gallinari against Maurice Harkless, don't mind that. 7,000, still a little expensive for me. Jokic kind of took a back seat and looked like Kenneth Faried kind of went forward. So, he is coming off the bench, but maybe they'll change their mind on that. Didn't do too much, as Faried is. He's not the biggest scorer out there. He's a pretty good rim protector and a defensive rebound kind of guy. So 30.3 from him. They will be going up against Al-Farouq Aminu, though, and we say all the time Aminu was a very good defender. But my number one center of the night, and probably about 100% of other people as well, is Nurkic. We picked him the other night, got you 39 points, so why not pick him again? Trailblazers, as we know, they struggle against the center position, so I really do like him once again. I think he will have at least a 30-plus game here again. So I think that does that one. Went through that one pretty quickly, but I really like Lillard. Don't mind Will Barton as a GPP. Nurkic going to be in almost all my lineups. So, that is how that one is. All right, last one we have is Minnesota and Sacramento. We got a 205 total and Sacramento by 1, so this is going to be another close game, maybe overtime game. That would be awesome. Man, a lot of offense, a lot of young guys on Minnesota. But one guy I don't mind, he's been very dependable, is Ty Lawson. Doesn't really shoot too much, but he's a very good assist guy, gets some rebounds in there as well. He's, very productive when he does play. Plus, there's no Darren Collison, so Lawson is free to play out there. So don't mind him, 5,200. Not too high on rookie Rubio. Surprisingly, Sacramento's actually, so far, I know it's only been 2 games, but they're the number 1 team against point guards. So, which is kind of strange. They're usually always very bad, but, don't mind that. And then you got Zach LaVine. I don't mind him taking on Aaron Aflalo. As we know, Zach LaVine is an up-and-coming kind of guy. 5,600, he's going to be in a lot of my lineups as well. I think he'll get you about 33, 34 here tonight. Don't care for any of those other shooting guards. Small forward, as usual, Rudy Gay. I love him. Don't mind Wiggins either, though. Both of those guys are in play for me. Probably going to have Rudy Gay in a lot of my lineups as normal. Alrighty, one of my favorite power forwards is Gorgui Dieng. I know he's going up against a pretty good defense here down low, Willie Cauley-Stein and DeMarcus Cousins, but Dieng, he's a fighter, he's a grinder as well. 12 points, 14 rebounds last game against Memphis. Memphis, a pretty good defense with Zach Randolph and Marc Gasol down there. So if he can do that against them, I think he will do just as good, maybe a little better here against Sacramento. 5,700. Way too cheap to pass up. Going to be in a lot of my lineups. All right, next is the center position. Man, this is going to be a battle. DeMarcus Cousins and Karl Anthony Towns. Who would you rather have? Oh, man, it's a hard one because both these guys can go off. I give the slight edge to Cousins just because he is at home. He loves playing at home in a new arena. But I don't mind Towns either. So if either one of those guys, you can put them in your lineup, they will get you easy 40-plus points. So love both of those guys. So alrighty, there we go. We got our 8 games down now for a 50-50 and a GPP lineup. Alrighty, so for my 50-50, I gotta have Damian Lillard in there. As I said, I love him here quite a bit. And then I'm probably going to be going Let's see here. It's either between Ty Lawson and Tim Frazier. I'm gonna give the slight edge to Tim Frazier because he's getting used a lot in this offense. As I said, it's going to be a slower paced game with San Antonio, but Tony Parker is not the same defender as he used to be. He's still not bad, but Frazier, he is just so involved in this lineup and his usage that I'm going to give him the edge. It's only $100, but I think he is going to do a little bit better than Ty Lawson, even though I really like Ty Lawson as well. All right, let's see if we can do it. I'm trying to get Giannis in there. Not sure if I can get him. I got, I'll probably work him in there somehow. And then there's a lot of shooting guys I really like here. Then you got McCollum. All right. Don't think I can do that, but I'm going to put him in there just for now, just to see what I can do. And then put in Gorgie Dang here because I said I really care for him. Alrighty, small forward here. Alright, we're going to get Wood for Wade. We're going to go Jimmy Butler instead. We're probably going to go let's try and go Zach LaVine if I can get him in there. If not, then definitely we'll have to switch it up. Power forward, not that good tonight here at all. Alright, let's see here, small forward. I was trying to get Booker in there, but he was 4,900. Let's see here. All right, yeah, let's do that. It's kind of GPP, but I'm going to put him in there. I mentioned him a lot earlier. Let's take out Zach LaVine and put in Sean Kilpatrick here. And that leaves you with 64. Not sure who you can get with that. Nothing pretty there either, huh? Marvin Williams. All right, well, let's just put someone in there. I don't really like any of these guys, so let's just put him in there. I know he's 1,200 short, but I'm going to probably go Aldridge and Dang as my power forwards. Don't really care for any of those cheaper guys out there. So, alrighty, that's kind of where I'm going there. Let's try and do one more here really quick. As usual, these are just rough draft lineups. As I said, I really want Anthony Davis. He's just been so hot. Alright, put in Nurkic, put in Dang, put in Kilpatrick. Put in Jimmy Butler. All right, then there's a Kid Gilchrist there if needed, which I probably will need him. All right, point guards. Don't think I can get Lillard in there, even though I really do want him. All right, let's do that. All right, shooting guard. Let's see here. All right, well, let's just do that for now, even though, as usual, these aren't final lineups. But just put Jameson Ennis in there just to have him in there. But won't be my final. 900 left over. Definitely mix this up and make a lot better lineups. So, alrighty, guys, well, that's what I'm looking at. Hopefully, you guys enjoy the video. If you do, leave a like. We definitely do appreciate it. If you have not subscribe it, hit that subscribe button for more awesome videos. So hope everyone has a good weekend. As usual, guys, if you need help on your NBA, definitely let us know. And we have NBA premium lineups for you guys. We will have our email in the comment section. All you guys got to do is just message us. It's $30 a month and $150 for the season. You get 4 lineups per day, so definitely worth it. All right, hope everyone has a good Saturday, and we'll all see you guys tomorrow.